Ciao, guys. It is really nice to be here with you on a Sunday morning. My name is Anthony. This is my brother Moman next to me, and we are here to celebrate another 3 points. It was a painful one. It was quite possibly the most painful Inter performance of the season. There'll be a little bit of negativity around our performance, but more so, more positivity for the perspective, guys. We've played 5 games in 12 days. It's been a rough, almost fortnight, and we've come out with 3 points again. Mo, how you doing today, man?
I'm brilliant. You know what? I'll take it. I said it on the Uncle Charma channel, and I'm gonna say it here again. I'll take the wins in the form when the form is dipping. I'll do that. You know what I mean? So I agree that the form is not the greatest, but we're winning. I wouldn't take it if it was 15 games dip in form, but it's only like 2, 3 games. Like even the Atalanta game, you can't call that a dip.
Yeah.
So it's not bad at all. I can live with this, Anthony. I can
Yeah.
live with the wins when the form is not great.
Absolutely, that's what champions teams do. They find a way to win, even if they don't necessarily deserve it. But I still think we deserve 3 points at the end of the day today. And we'll pull up some stats later. I'm also going to pull up our boy Huyan, who is making some appearances on the channel. It's really good to see you again, man. How you feeling after those 3 points?
Good, guys. Yes, definitely after the 3 points, I'm good. 90% of the match, not so well, but yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah, absolutely. And before we do get into that, let's go over to a few of the comments. 23 people have joined us on Interlord Wide at the start, which is awesome. Thank you for clicking this link. And if you do want to call in and have your say, we've pinned the comment to the top of the comment section. It's a StreamYard link. Just click it. You'll be waiting in a side room, and then I can bring you in, get yourself sorted. Benjamin, what's going on, man? That's a pretty good take. Imperious December, January of blushes. If this is our bad run, the bad dip of form, if this is it, well, then we've got nothing to complain about because we're dipping in form but still coming up with the same sort of results. Also, Matt Pickham, thank you for coming in. How good is, bro, Matt, how good is Sunday when Inter win? It's 7 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. Like, it's going to be a beautiful day, man. I absolutely love this. These are the best mornings in the world, man, when it's a weekend, Inter wins, and you've got nothing planned for the day except for your own personal happiness. Matija Jovic coming in as well. We have been bad in 2022, but still won 3 games. One draw, very good. Ciao Emiliano, good to see you again. True, we will take a super copper and 7 points with a game to make up. Jono, I miss you, bro. Morning boys missed the game, but mentality with a late win by the look of it. Yeah, man. Eden Dzeko, we've said this before and we'll say it again. There's a reason why Inzaghi keeps this brother on until the absolute ends of the game. And that is definitely because he's always knows how to find a way. He can be poor, he can be on the back foot, he can lose the ball, he can miss chances, but at the end of the day, Eden Dzeko always sort of finds a way. Mo, before we go over to Huyan, I've lost you on camera, bro, but I'm sure he'll be back. Mo, what did you think of the game? Who performed at least decently today? Who didn't? I thought our boy Barella had a decent first 40 minutes and then sort of dipped off after that. And again, his body language when he got subbed off wasn't great, but we'll get into that later. Mo, your take on our 2-1 win against Venezia?
It's the coach's job, and I don't want to be repeating myself, but the coach's job is to get you into decent positions, and he did that. Now the player's job is to execute that, and they didn't most of the time today, and that is what needed to be better today. Not the tactics, not the coach's job, not the mentality, because I think the players had the mentality to win the game, but I think it was the tiredness. The execution was not great, and you can't blame anybody when you play all these games in that many days. So I thought that Lautaro Martinez today was not great. I am going to keep saying this. People will tell me I have an agenda against Lautaro, but I don't. I think Lautaro is a great second striker. He can be your main guy. Yet, maybe he will be. I am not. I don't read the future, Anthony. I don't. But as of now, I can't have Lautaro as my main forward because he misses chances and he phases out from games. Now, Dzeko is old. What we've seen in the beginning of the season is prime Dzeko. You would get that 8 to 10 games. You wouldn't get that in a 30 to 40 games. So, what do we need? We need another outlet. We need people like Barella to step up. They did. He scored today. We need Hakan to go back again to scoring. That's what we need, Anthony. Because the forwards at the moment we cannot rely on him. One of the guys that I actually was disappointed at today is DeMarco. I thought DeMarco when he came in, he was absolutely atrocious. You come in as a left center back to cross from deep. He didn't. You come
Mm-hmm.
in as a left center back to provide assistant to Perisic on the left and to double on the defense. He didn't.
He was in his way
trying
a
to
lot.
get in. Huh?
I think he was in Perisic's way a lot.
Yes. And why he was not crossing? Perisic set him up like 2-3 times. He was not crossing. You put in DiMarco instead of Bastoni to cross, not to defend, not to pass. Bastoni can pass the ball, Anthony. Everybody, we knows that. But we needed DiMarco to cross. He didn't, which is kind of strange to me, to be honest.
Why did Bastoni get subbed off at halftime, man? Why do you think that was? I was worried that when he didn't come on, like, crap, I hope the state of this pitch didn't make anybody injured, and one of them was Bastoni. Is he on a yellow card, or was it just pure tactic from a point of view? DiMarco should have provided more crosses, should have provided more goal-scoring opportunities for our forwards than Bastoni.
I thought it was tactical, Anthony. I thought it was tactical because we know that Inzaghi has this in his locker. We know that Inzaghi has this weapon of DiMarco being the left center back, inverted fullback. You know what I mean? Like, he's a left center back, but he's actually a fullback on the left to cross. So, but he didn't. So I thought he let Inzaghi down, and he let the fans down by not doing what he's avoiding red cards. Yes, but I didn't think that he would have got the red card, to be honest, Bastoni. But I thought that DiMarco should have produced more, should have crossed the ball more. What didn't happen, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it was a little disappointing from the attacking end, but hey, all is well that ends well. Let's go back to a few more comments. Thanks to Dick for coming in, and M9 Gal. Sounds like another Mario Galliano account, to be honest, but I don't think it is. Alpa says, finally, Dzeko scored his goal. He should say he should have scored when Çalhanoğlu sent him a lovely pass. Yeah, definitely, man. Dzeko really did stink it up for a lot of the game, and then came clutch right at the end when we needed to. He should have scored it earlier, 100%. Venezia were a well-drilled team defensively. They made it difficult, very difficult. The goal that they scored, Matt, let's just sit on that for a second now. That's a good way to segue into that part of the game. It's another lapse in concentration and another mistake from what is usually a very reliable backline. But even Stefan de Vrij had a couple of moments today where he was really contesting headers poorly and challenges poorly. Mo, I know we've stood by our defense for a long time because it's always proved us well, but they're still susceptible to a mistake here and there. I think Skriniar losing a man like that is very unlike Milan Skriniar. I don't know if Handanovic could have done more in that situation. Maybe he could have reacted quicker, but I'm not really prepared to put it on him. Mo, what did you make of Venezia's goal to go 1-0 up?
Listen, Anthony, no team can play 38 games to 40 games a season with the same form. There's always going to be a dip. And today's defense was kind of confusing a little bit. Like, they were attacking, leaving a lot of space for Venezia on the counter. And we saw that with Conte in the beginning. You remember that in the beginning of last season. But we didn't see this from Inzaghi's team, and we've seen it today. I think the boys are tired. When you're tired, you make mistakes, you make bad decisions, and I think that's what happened in the goal. And also, I think the midfielders did not track back enough in that goal. I'm not going to just pin it on the defense. I'm going to pin it on the team as a collective. You can say Handanovic 10%, De Vrij 20, Skriniar 40, blah, blah, blah. It was not an individual mistake from anybody that you can say this is 100% on somebody. And that tells me that it's a tiredness, focus, concentration on the field. And I will take that if we win the game. I wouldn't take that if we couldn't score. But we did score and we did win. They have not made these mistakes lately a lot. Maybe the Empoli game, but I'll take it. I'll take it now instead of the Milan, Napoli, Liverpool, Roma games. I'll take it now.
Yeah.
So they can work on them.
Very well said. Mario says this is another time we're scoring late. Juve, Empoli, now Venezia, not our best performance, but always we'll be happy with a win. Yeah, what Mo said is pretty true. You know, you'd rather have these sort of slips or these sort of results now than in the bigger games, because we do have a couple of big games coming up after this. 3 points today was definitely compulsory. I don't think anybody would have left today at 1-1, even anywhere near optimistic, and we wouldn't have been able to enjoy this Milan and Juve match that's coming up tomorrow. Matt says it's going to be 32 degrees here in Melbourne too. His drinks at the Oz Open. Oh, you're in the Oz Open, man. Oh, good stuff, bro. I hope you're enjoying it over there. 32 degrees watching those tennis players go. What a vibe that is.
What do you mean 32 degrees Celsius, right?
Yeah, Celsius in Melbourne.
Okay. I'm like, okay, yeah. 32 degrees. I was like, this is summer. This is summertime in Australia. Why Why we're talking 32 degrees? Oh, I'm sorry. Here in America, 32 degrees, which was this morning, it means 0 Celsius.
Yeah, pretty much. True champions know how to grind out results. I was really happy with the result, Aaron. Thanks for coming in. Make sure
So
you
can
like
we
and
stop at this
subscribe.
comment, Anthony? Can we stop at this comment?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. However, you know, Chelsea in the beginning of this season, if you watch Premier League, and if they were grinding wins, if you grind wins 10 games, it will catch up to you. But if you grind wins when you're form dipping 3, 4, 5 games, that's a sign of a champion.
Yeah.
I don't want to confuse this with like, oh my God, champions grind wins all the time. No, champions win 20 games easily with calm, composed game, and they win 5 to 8 games grinding. And this is what we're doing. I don't want this dipping in form to continue. I would not be happy if we reach match day 28, 29, and we're still grinding wins from today. I would want to reach match day 26 when we're like going back to the Inter, that me and you would sit on the couch and be calm, knowing that we will win the game. So this comment is very good if it only stays for 3, 4 games, but it wouldn't be good if we're seeing this in match day 30.
When you look at the calendar running, unlike previous seasons in which I can't remember any running that we've had easy on paper, but this season our run home is nowhere near as hard in context as previous seasons. We have 4 very winnable games back to back from match day 35 to 38. We do have Juventus and Roma as the only 2 tough sides from match day 31 onwards. It's a very, very favorable run in. So what Mo is saying is very true. If we can get to the point of match day 28, 29, and we are hitting our stride again, and we know that we're probably going to pick up more wins than not, then everything should be okay. And, you know, we'll talk about this a little bit more after Napoli, and we're a little bit closer. Sean Collins says, I'm happy to be winning with our substitutes, still have something to offer. The substitutes that came on today, like, when these players come on, they are awesome. It's just really hard for players like Sanchez and Vidal at their age to be able to break open games and to basically do anything until they've got some tired legs in front of them to match their years and their age. This Venezia side had a fair few players missing today because of COVID, a couple of first teamers, and you know they still came out and really put in a gutsy performance, a really gutsy performance. What's wrong with Lautaro? Ben says, and why can't he be the guy? Maybe he's not going to be the guy. And, you know, there aren't too many players that could replace him. I don't want to talk about, you know, getting Vlahovic. I don't really think it's an option for Inter. But Lautaro is still our guy. We're going to have to support him till the end of this season as the main guy. But as we've said before, if an offer comes along, over like 60 mil, Mo, 50, 60 mil, we might have to take this one, man, and it won't be considered a bad one.
Yeah, he's not that guy. He's not the guy. He's not going to be your Aguero. He's not. It's not.
Is he still too young though, bro? Because a lot of strikers hit their peak form at 27 to 30, in between there.
Maybe, but I can't wait. You know. Hear me out. Hear me out. I can wait for Lautaro to be in that form when I had Lukaku, if I had Diego Milito, if I had a top class forward, right? But if I don't have that, I can't wait for the guy 5 years from now. I need someone to deliver today. Then Lautaro hit his top form in 4 years. This is just logically, we cannot sustain this form and having these guys our main attacking force. We need better players up top.
Yep, that's it. We need better players up top. But like the thing is, we're at January 23rd right now. We know till the end of the season we're going to have these players up top. The thing is, with Correa being injured for 20 days, I think a lot of people thought it would be longer than that. Do you see us bringing in a forward, even a makeshift one, over the next 7 days?
So basically, I'm going to put this. I spoke with Uncle Sharma about this about half an hour ago. Who in the league that will elevate this forward line? So I'm going to rephrase this question to you as I asked Uncle Sharma. If you get Scamacca tomorrow and you have a Liverpool game in 7 days or 8 days, who would you start up front?
If we were to get Scamacca, who would we start up front? Today. I guess I would start Lautaro a little bit behind Scamacca, like still as a top 2, but more as like a second striker playing off Scamacca. I think that's where you're going to see the real difference because Lautaro's chemistry with Dzeko clearly isn't good. Dzeko needs 5 or 6 chances a game to make one count. I think Scamacca has proven in the side like Sassuolo this season that as a hitman, he's more than capable of finding the target. And that's what we're looking to fill at the moment. We've got no problem getting the ball in the final third. We've got no problem still providing goal-scoring opportunities. But, you know, our lack of clinical finishing has definitely struggled, has been a struggle for us this season. And if you were to bring in Scamacca, but I don't think that's happening, I would play Lautaro off him as more of a second striker.
For me, I would still start Dzeko and Sanchez, or Dzeko and Lautaro, or Lautaro and Sanchez. That's the thing. But my point is, Anthony, is that there is nobody in the league that will elevate this inter forward line. If we are to get somebody, the problem is when you're Inter and you're trying to bring someone from Serie A, the price goes higher. I think we should look in the Bundesliga. I think we should look in the Liga. When you do that, the price is not as high. And that's what I think Inter should do. This is the right investment. But if we're looking for a 6-month fix, we should get a loan. But I know you're a big fan of Raspadori. I am not. I am absolutely against Raspadori. I don't think he's a good player at all. I don't think Raspadori is someone who will come into a top team and bang goals left and right. Scamacca might because of his physique and the way he plays, but I don't think Raspadori will be the guy. It's the same as Caputo. You remember Caputo when people said, "Oh, Caputo is the next. He's amazing, right?"
Yeah.
Caputo is a mid-table guy. This is as good as in Lasagna is the same. You remember Lasagna with his form. Maybe Scamacca has the potential, but I don't see anybody else other than Vlahovic, of course, in the league. Tammy Abraham, but these are out of the question for us. So I don't see anybody that is achievable will elevate this line. But if I want to get someone for 6 months to rest these players, maybe I'll get Scamacca. But who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? We might offer a fee for the loan for Scamacca, by the way, with an option to buy a big one. We might, but who knows?
Yeah, we'll just have to see, man. We'll have to see. Matt Pickham says, besides the goal, did Dzeko frustrate you guys throughout the 90 minutes? Of course he did to a certain extent. He misses a lot of big chances. That chance was it was in the second half, wasn't it? Yeah, it was definitely in the second half where he really should have scored. I think there was a shout for a penalty as well, but the goalkeeper clips him pretty much by the time the ball's gone out.
Why was that not a penalty, Anthony? Why was that not a penalty?
Because when I watched the replay, I'm like, the only justification I can say is the ball when Dzeko misses is already over the goal line as the foul is happening. Like the miss is as clear as day. You're giving a foul after the player has made contact with the ball. It is so much more of a miss from Dzeko than it is a foul, in my opinion.
How about the
contact
handball?
is there. Was it a handball? I couldn't see it properly, to be honest.
Why was not called a penalty? It was a handball. Why was not that called a penalty? I don't get it.
What about our goal, man? Where a couple of the rival fans are saying online that Dzeko elbowed and it should have been taken back. I didn't even see it.
I didn't see that.
I thought he actually hit his shoulder, but I'm gonna have to watch it back again, man, because it was so early in the morning here. Hoy, you all good, man? You coming through?
Yeah. Some technical difficulties.
All good. So
but I'm back. Just like into the 90th minute, I'm back.
That's it, bro. That's it. So now you've got the floor, man. We've done a little bit of talking. I know Mo's a little bit pressed for time. Mo, you sticking around for another few minutes, or should we send you off?
And what time is it now? Oh, it's 2. Oh, I gotta go, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Football game. I gotta go prepare.
Right.
Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And guys, we'll see you in the midweek.
Make sure you stretch.
Take care, my bro.
Stretch. Don't get a Correa injury. Make sure you stretch.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. We'll see you, man. Anthony, take me off the stream, please.
I will do. Thanks, brother. Ciao. All right. Hoy, so what did you think of the game, man? Did you watch all back to back, all 90 minutes?
Yeah. I watched all 90 minutes. I like the intensity we came up, just like we always do. We pressed them hard. We kept pushing. Only a couple of complaints I have, especially, is in the back. This is probably the third goal in a row that I can consider that we did not mark somebody in our own box and they end up getting a header. And it happened in Super Copa, where McKinney actually end up, the right missed him and he ended up scoring. And today it just happened just like that. So we definitely cannot be iffy in the box, especially if we're going to go against Liverpool. Especially we got Milan coming up. Ibra's in the box. And you give Ibra one chance in the box, he'll bury it. So that's been really worrying me, the way that we've been conceding goals. I understand we're going to concede goals. This is football. Folks score, we score, but it's just the way we're conceding, just sloppy goals. That's enough. And the second thing is those tackles in the back, unnecessary. Barella got an unnecessary yellow card. Bastone got an unnecessary yellow card, especially Bastone. Bastone had multiple people around him. He did not need to take the guy out. I understand if he was maybe second to last or he was beat, but absolutely, yeah, I think DeVry was in front of him, and he just didn't need to do that. And that's probably why he got subbed out, because Simone did not want to miss Barella or Bastone for the Milan match, and that's the other thing. But good things going forward. I like the intensity, like I said. I like to not give up, keep fighting to the last minute. I remember so many Inter games we could have easily drawn these games or lost. Someone actually posted on Twitter. It was funny. They're like, "We're gonna show Milan how to win when it's 1-1 in the dire minute." But at the end of the day, that's really what champs do. Champs find a way when all things are against you. Dzeko could have had easily 3 goals. There was a goal he missed. It reminded me of Gagliardini because he was point blank range. Remember that goal, Anthony, where he was literally in front of the box? I don't know how he skied it. That was absolutely ridiculous how he did not put that.
Yeah, that's as I was saying, like that's the reason why the penalty wasn't blown, bro. If it wasn't such a stark contrast miss, even if you like maybe just clipped a little bit of the keeper's glove or even clipped the crossbar or something, maybe that you could fake that to the point and go, no, I've been imposed here of scoring a goal, but that's a clear miss. The full ball has pretty much crossed the back goal line by the time the keeper has made contact to take him out. Giving that sort of, like, I didn't even want it. Like, I was like, don't give us that penalty, man. Like, even though I would have taken it, of course, I was like, this is the sort of penalty that's going to make the rival fans cry Campeonato Falso, bro, because he just missed that shit, plain and simple. Plain and simple.
I gave the benefit of the doubt at the beginning. I'm like, okay, he must have got fouled. I saw a replay. The keeper came in. First, he got the ball right away. He hit the ball on the rebound, went out, and the keeper simultaneously came almost colliding into him. But it was, by the time the ball was long gone, I was like, yeah, no, that's not a penalty.
Yeah, fair enough. Guys, thank you to the 30 people that are here right now with Inter Worldwide. If you do want to call in and have a little bit of a chat and you want to get your face up, just let me know. There's a link at the top of the screen. It's pinned. Let's go to a few more comments with Sam's come in. Salam alaikum, my brother. It is good to hear from you. I bet you're happy today. Tony, good to hear from you as well. Ben, Lautaro balled out with Lukaku and he's underperforming this year. So is Dzeko the problem? Hell no. Like, you can't just blame your other striker for you not performing well, man. Like, at the end of the day, he's not a cid. This guy's paired up with Icardi and Lukaku. I get it that the chemistry is not great, but no matter who Lautaro's been paired with this season, he has looked sluggish or he has looked like on the back foot a little bit. For me personally, I get it. For me, bro, it's a young athlete ego thing, man. And a lot of these athletes have it, bro. They think that form is permanent, but it's not, bro. It is exceptionally temporary in the zeros and ones that is top level football. And Lautaro Martinez is going to have to do better. He's going to have to do a little bit better. I'm not prepared to come out and slander him because he still does a lot of off-ball work for a forward. His pressing game is very, very good. The way that he is able, pretty much 60% of the time, Inter in the last 3 seasons, starting under Conte in this season, we get the ball back a lot by pressing the goalkeeper and the defenders and just getting them to make a drastic clearance. Like, this is pretty much bread and butter for us winning the ball back. Lautaro is a huge part of that. He does it every time without fail. His energy never drops. But at the end of the day, he's, as my friend Mario would say, he's doing everything but scoring the goals that he needs to score. What are you saying about him, Huyan?
No, definitely. And it's weird. I feel like since Lautaro's been here, since I can remember, he always has that dip in form where he'll go maybe matches or a month missing, and it's like, what's wrong with the guy? One time it was because of the Barcelona rumors that he was getting transferred where he was playing really bad, and then some other times is that he's not match fit or he's tired or he's playing too much. But it just, every season it happens where we miss Lautaro for a good month. Like, he doesn't score, doesn't assist. Today he was like literally, like, if I was not watching the game match, I'd be like, where's Lautaro? Literally, because he was just dipping and not even in the play. Besides that one, attempt of bicycle, there was nothing that I can think of that he did in the match, positive or negative. But I don't know if his mind is somewhere else, if he's going through that period. You probably said it right, because he's still young. You got to remember, I don't think he's even 25 yet, 24. But at the same time, Lautaro, you asked for big money. Inter went and bowed and gave you big money. Now you got to step up and play like the man player. We need you, especially in the next coming up games. We got Milan, Napoli, Roma in the Coppa Italia. We got Liverpool in the Champions League. He needs to come through. and you know, perform like a top striker. He's wearing the number 9 for goodness sake. I mean number 10 for goodness sake.
Yeah, he really is, bro. Well said. Alpa says season is a long time when we play for more than one competition the whole season. It is normal that if some of our players got upsides from up and down time to time, I believe Lautaro will catch his top form again. That's well said as well, man. Like, it is a long season and we're still fighting on all fronts. And it's January, you know, we're going into February in all competitions, knowing that we stand the chance to still win 1 or 2 maybe pieces of silverware this season. It's very, very hard, man. Like, when you go from being a team that just wants to qualify for top 4 to winning the league and winning multiple trophies, it's zeros, ones, and decimal points, man. Like, it's literally scrapping the last little scraps you can to make those differences, like this Dzeko goal in the 90th minute. Like, this is what you call the zeros and ones of going on to win trophies, man. And it's refreshing. Mr. Jesus, bless you. What's going on? Now we are in a changing phase in attack in the world. All of the attackers are older. So who do you bring? Well, like you said it yourself, no matter who we bring in, it's good that we know for a fact youth is the priority here. Like, the names that we are being linked with, it's unfortunate. It looks like Man City are going to get Julian Alvarez, which for $17 million might as well be 70 cents in the back pocket of their owner. That's some bullshit, man. Like, that is probably that is so easy. It's no wonder they got it straight away. I didn't actually know that the release clause was 17, 18 million. If it was, I'm a tiny bit disappointed we didn't just slap it down and buy it Hoyan. But I don't know, man. What do you think? You agree?
Yeah, I definitely agree on that part, and that, you know, that as of from the views and videos I watch of that guy, he looks like a top, or could be a top player. The time will tell, but we definitely maybe missed out on one.
Yeah, fair call. But yeah, we are targeting youth. We know that, so it will be a young striker. Simi, your choice for 6 months. What's going on, Lord Figo? I wouldn't say no to it. See, like, at the moment, we're in a position where we don't need to go and ball out on a striker in January. We know what we need. We need someone with a low IQ that can put the ball in the back of the net. I won't be impressed with Caicedo, but I'll welcome him with open arms. Anybody that has shown me that you can score a goal in Serie A is allowed to come in for 6 months to try and help us win the league. This has happened all over Europe since I started following football. Champion teams do these sort of moves just to make sure they've got someone to put the ball in the back of the net if they need it. If it's Simi, if it's Caicedo, if it's Raspadori on a loan, if it's Scamacca, even better. But really, man, give me anybody that knows how to find the back of the net. Tell them for 6 months you're here to sit on the bench and come on if we need you to score. I'm fine with that, man. I'm fine with that, Hoyan. Alan says the Bundesliga back to find Turan. I've got a really, and I hate saying stuff like this, I've got a really big thing about going for players that have serious injuries, bro, especially younger ones, man. I feel like that even no matter what you get with them, it will never be the same. Do you agree?
Yeah, no. Also, the other thing I have is, especially in January, going after players that have not played in the league before. That's a risky move. You want someone that's in the league, that's proving, so they can get up like that. Because we don't have time like Dumfries to take time and adapt. So I agree on that part.
Yeah. Charles, what's going on, man? If you're new, make sure you like and subscribe. Thanks to the 30 people that are joining us on Inter Worldwide today. That makes me very happy on a Sunday morning. Vlahovic going to Juventus, unfortunately. I'm not 100% sure he is, but if he does, that's a hell of a move for them, considering their financial situation.
Did you hear, Anthony? They took him off of the Fiorentina squad. Have you heard of that?
They took him out of the Fiorentina squad for the game.
I don't know if it's for the game or for the squad list. I was reading something on there.
Wow.
So I don't know if something.
That's not good for us. That's not good for us, man. Like, honestly, if he goes there, that's a big move for them. But Commisso always talks a big game about hating Juventus. But then at the end of the day, he sold Chiesa to them for a bag of chips, man. Honestly,
that's CRB right there.
That's it. Lord Figo says, "Let me get that shirt." This one, this is just the Spalletti, the home kit. You know, the little snake skin here, bro. Best decision of my life. It was either Raja Nangolan or Zanetti. I made the right call, bro. Like, you don't regret that. That could have been ugly, bro. I got someone coming in right here. I think it's Mattia. He's been in the chat a fair few times, man. What a pleasure it is.
Hello.
This is what it's all about, bro. Tell me, tell everybody, where are you from, bro?
I'm from Serbia.
Perfect, man. Welcome onto the channel. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Tell us a little bit about your history as being an Interista and what you think of the game today.
Oh, it's a long history. I mean, since Ronaldo, came to Inter back in '98, I got his jersey, and I can't say I've been a big fan back then. I was still young, but I became a huge fan, I think, in the best possible time, which was '05, and witnessed all of the glory days and unfortunately the banter era. So yeah,
Your
it's
story is exceptionally similar to mine, man.
really
Exceptionally. Yeah.
great. Maybe we're similar age, yeah, but
Yeah.
it's yeah, I've been there for ups and downs, and yeah, today's game was stressful like the last couple of games. And but like I said in the chat, 3 wins, 1 draw, I'm satisfied. That's what we need. These kind of games make or break the Scudetto race. So
Yeah, they really do, man. You always got to beat those teams that you're supposed to beat so you can afford those results in the games that you can afford them. And we've got 2 of those affordable games coming up back to back after this South American international break. It's going to be heavy duty, man, but we'll see what happens. I can't believe that Vlahovic is actually out of the Fiorentina squad list. I'm really going to have to cross-reference this later on.
They're saying in the chat, they're saying it's COVID related. So he might be out due to COVID.
Oh.
But yeah.
It's Juve related, bro. I'm telling you right now. Indro's back. Indro's in the chat, man. In my opinion, Champagne Ball is going to be back after Steven back to China. It's just Limoni trying to make the case that he needs reinforcements. Yeah, man. Chestnut checkers all the time. Thanks to the 30 people that are still here. Make sure you guys like the video as well and click the link in the pinned channel. Click the pinned link in the channel if you want to jump on as well. What's going on, Zil? If you live under a rock, go and check out the much more handsome version of myself.
Uncle, thank you, Uncle, Uncle sent me to this channel. So thank you,
beautiful, man. He is the ultimate plug, bro. The ultimate plug. Ashwin, it's nice to see you coming in. Forza Inter. Benjamin says, will the panel take Cavani or Depay? No. See, the thing is, as I just said with Hoyan, and don't get me wrong, I love Edinson Cavani. I've got a Palermo kit from when he played there without his name and number on it, and about once a month I look for the lettering kit, but I can't find it. So if anyone could track down the lettering kit of Cavani at Palermo from the 2000 and I think it's I can't even remember what year, but yeah, one of the Cavani lettering kits, let me know so I can get that.
Yeah,
but we're going for youth. We're going for youth, as me and Hoyan just said. We're not in a position where we're bringing in a makeshift forward that is going to cost us shitloads of money in January. It just has to be someone who can find the back of the net. If we've got a signing coming in the next 7 to 8 days, their only criteria has to be, do you know how to score a goal? Not did you score 300 goals for Paris? Not did you play for 4 of the top clubs in the world and take home a bullshit salary? Can you just find the back of the net? So I'll let my guest Mattia, and I am saying your name correctly, am I?
Yes. Yeah.
Perfect. I'll let Mattia take it from here for that. Say, what are you saying about our striker situation? Do you think there's a possibility within the next 7 to 8 days we bring somebody in?
Maybe. I mean, I'm probably Inzaghi is not blind. We probably see what he sees, and he sees more than us. So that's our only basically weak point, that finish. That's the only thing that's bothering us for a while now. Our team is strong, our team is good, but that finish, that's been missing, and they're obviously both Inzaghi and Don Beppe. They're obviously aware of that. I don't know if they will, try to do something in the next couple of days. We need just, I don't know. For the 6 months, it's just a patch, it's not a fix. We need a fix in the summer, but I don't know if they will do something. I'm not sure. Yeah. And who knows? I mean, we already have so many great strikers, but that finish is killing us, definitely.
Yeah, definitely, man. Dzeko should just stay up front, hold the ball, and be a mainstay on the box. But that's why Inzaghi kept him in, man. He knew that if it came down to who was going to find the back of the net in the last clutch moments, it probably wasn't going to be Toro. It was going to be Dzeko, and that's exactly what happened, man. Exactly what happened. That's why, as every time he has a bad game, I watch and I shake my head, but I can never slander him because I feel like he knows his job. He knows his role on the pitch, and if he can get the job done, but the guy cannot be starting games for us next season. That's something I can almost guarantee. I'm more than happy to keep giving him the benefit of the doubt. His career has warranted that. And there aren't enough bad performances he could even put in from now to the end of the season that would make me say, drop him. If you want to start him, Simone, start him. We're into the back end of the season now, but next season, sort the situation out, sort the hitman situation out. Alan says, but Inzaghi is always subbing out Lautaro early currently, and Lautaro has to play for Argentina's not important matches soon. Doesn't matter if they're important or not. He'll still be fatigued and he'll still be jet lagged. And there's still one Cuadrado on Colombia who's probably going to try and break his legs. But we'll see what happens there. Ben says Ranocchia will do a better bicycle than Lautaro. Actually, I want to hear Hoyan's opinion, bro. What about that Ranocchia goal in the Copa, man? How's that?
The Copa, the way, I don't know, the guy's so flexible and how he's like, what, 6'5", 6'4", like a giraffe out here kicking balls in, and then the awareness to be in the box. That just takes the striker mentality where he lets the ball calm down, he doesn't rush to it, and then just pinpoints places it, man. I feel like the guy just plays out of his element sometimes. Shout out to the Frog.
Yeah, 100%, man, 100%. Indro says, I hope the dip in performance is not going to continue in February. That February schedule is going to kill all of us.
Man,
but the thing is that we're playing poorly now, Mattia, and I know that we'll need to wake up. I know that we're getting into these dressing rooms. This is not the sort of team that will get into the dressing room after that match and like pat each other on the back and start hugging and going, Bene, we just got to win. I'm sure a team full of Balkans like this, and I can say it because you're here on the chat, man, like this is not going to be a good result for everybody in this side. They will be slapping each other on the face before they pat each other on the back.
Yeah, sure. I mean, the dip is obvious, and it lasts, well, this year, basically. We started this year a little bit slower than the previous year, which is obvious. But, we got away with it against Lazio. We got away with it against Juventus. So I'm still optimistic against Milan and Napoli, So even though we dipped, we still won against two strong teams.
Yeah.
So I think we can only get better, not worse.
Yeah.
So
it's all about rising to the occasion, man. And I think you'd agree. This team is not going to struggle to rise to the occasion. They know very well what this derby means, and they'll be pretty much building up in training over the international break, going, the only thing that matters is beating Milan. The only thing that matters in the world is beating Milan. Thanks, Future Hendricks, for coming back in. Always a loyal participant. Credit to Dumfries. He was awesome again today, man. And he's an intelligent player. I think one of the biggest flaws in the fullback position from players coming from overseas is their inability to read the Italian game, their inability to transition from defense to attack, and just overall adapt to the very pragmatic style of play that is Serie A. And he's done a really good job of doing that straight away. Then, if you gentlemen have a comment on that, Hoyan first.
No, just a question for you, Anthony. Who would you start in the derby, Dumfries or Darmian? From the past couple of performances that you've seen.
That's a really, really good question, man. So you gotta really analyze the opposition, as you always do, before you make that decision. And obviously Theo Hernandez being in that Milan side, it's going to be a tough battle for anybody. I think Darmian's probably well equipped to handle it, man. I'm not slandering Darmian at any time because Dumfries' form and elevation has been great. But I don't think Manny Dums has been putting in bad performances. I don't think he's been putting in those sort of performances that we did see him play. But I think Inter, as the season has grown, you're shifting away from a Conte blueprint into an Inzaghi ball. Like, you can actually see the transition happening before our eyes. Yep. It's very refreshing to see how many of our players have taken this adaptable blueprint and just made it Limone ball. It's very, very good. But for me personally, it's a luxury that we're allowed to have now, Hoy. Like, Darmian or Dumfries, give me either or, and I'll back them to go into it. Dumfries, if he gets the nod for this game, by all means, go for gold, man. But as we've seen this season, you're always better off the bench than you are as a starter, man. And that's for most clubs. Coming up against tired legs can work in either way. If you're trailing the game, you want Dumfries coming in. You don't want to be trailing the game with Dumfries in and tired, because bringing in Darmian probably isn't an option there. You'd much rather bring Darmian in if you're in front. But at the end of the day, it's one of those luxuries that we're allowed to say, whatever Simone Inzaghi decides, I'm okay with it. And obviously that's a hindsight sort of comment, but we'll see what happens there. It's a good question, though. Mattia, you got to say anything to say about that?
Basically, I would repeat what you said. I mean, I agree with you completely. Yeah, so it's a good position to be in, when you have good players for the same position, so you can pick both would be a good answer. So yeah, I wish we had the same for our strikers, but
Yes. Yeah, I know,
yeah.
man. We'll see. Dumfries is Inter's January Player of the Month. I can't disagree with that, man. That's actually a pretty
Yeah.
good shout. I'd probably give it to him or Brozovic
Yeah.
or Perisic, although Brozovic, the last game and a half, was a little bit rusty and dusty. But guys, in context, 5 games in 12 days. 2 of those are Serie A fixtures against Lazio and Atalanta. The other one is a Super Coppa. That's why I'm not having a bar of the negative performance today, man. It wasn't a great performance. But in context, look at what we're working with here. We are doing exceptionally well.
Look at the
But
pitch. Yeah, look at the pitch itself.
Oh my
The
pitch
pitch
was
is
not
beautiful.
good.
pitch.
Pitch was not good. Pitch was not good at all. Hi guys, how do you watch Coppa Italia in Sydney? Oh, you can't, bro. You can't. I have to leave $5 in a betting account so I can just stream it for free and zoom in because I don't really like online streams. I prefer to just do that where it's right down to the millisecond on time. Indra Hari says Inter right now. Back to young Italian players as priority for Mercato. Doubt we're going to go for Suarez or Cavani. I love both. Both these players are 2 of the best players to ever play in their position in my generation. But at the end of the day, you can't just bring these players in and pay them 4 or 5 million until the end of the season and then just send them back. It's not going to happen. It would be an
too old and
disaster.
too much wages. The wages are too high too.
Way
old
too
and too
high.
much. Yeah.
Yeah. Inzaghi is missing Immobile. It's not a bad comment, man, but he's playing different football here as well, Inzaghi. He's still yet to reach that style of play that he perfected at Lazio, especially in that season where they took Juve to match day 31. As I've said from the start, and a lot of people saw it, he had this massive luxury of being able to take a blueprint that was working and tweak it in different ways to make it his own. And it's really going to come into fruition, I think, next season with a couple of signings. If we could somehow weather the storm until the end of the season and win this title, I'm really optimistic going forward. Really optimistic. Dumfries' mentality is massive. Dude, he is Dutch and the captain of a first-tier Dutch team. That's all you need to say about that mentality sort of thing, bro. And those are those smart sort of signings that you want to make. Guys, I'm just flowing through these comments because I actually don't have that much time left. So we'll chat about whatever that comes up in the chat. Indra says, youth who is ready, not be that many and going to cost a lot. But hey, that's where Marotta and Ozilio earn their wages. 100%, their contract extension. I don't know if that's 100% finalized, but that's pretty much done in the background as well. I just watched the highlights again. Handanovic should have done better. Hey, Emiliano, if I'm not saying it, no one's allowed to say it. But I need to watch it back as well, man. For me personally, the 2 times that I saw it, it looks like Skriniar loses his man completely. But I need to watch it back. Mattia, anything to say on that?
I don't like to criticize Handa. I mean, look at Atalanta game. I mean, he was amazing there. So in any situation, I don't like to criticize the keeper, unless it's a really huge mistake. So yeah, I don't want to say it's his fault, this goal.
I want to blame the defense, like I said earlier, more than I would Handan. Yes, he could have done much better, but at the same time, Skriniar literally lost the guy, and by the time he found him, his head was already on the ball. But like Matej just said, Handanovic, he comes through when we really need him. So we'll leave him alone for now.
Yeah, 100%. Alex says, Darmian is a former Milan player. He knew Milan more than Dumfries. Well, look, for Darmian, we know what he's capable of. We know what his characteristics are. We know what his Arsenal is like. And there's still been a couple of times in the last couple of games where he's gotten himself into very, very good positions on the attacking end. His finishing is not great, and he needs to be in that exact position where he's got 3.5 full seconds to make a decision and place his shot. But that's Matteo Darmian for you, man, and I'll be okay. Here's Dr. Ed. 5 matches in 13 days, 4 wins, 1 draw, 2 matches with extra time. It's hardly a different performance. The break arrives at the right time. Very, very well said. Less of the performances on the pitch haven't been as attractive, but in context, we are performing better than the cohort, better than everybody else, man, and I love to see it. Ricky Buzz is in the chat as well. Thank you very much. Crunch time when we come back. Make sure you're following him on Twitter. And Matt says, RIP the pitch for Milan Juve. Oh, man, I love the fact that we get to wake up and watch that. Oh, I get to wake up and watch that game calmly. What's your prediction for that one, boys? And what do you want the result to be? Mattia, you first.
Well, draw would be the best probably, but maybe for us, I feel maybe even Juve winning would be better for us. I don't know, but I don't like to say I would like to see Juve win,
Sucks,
but yeah, maybe it would be the best for us if they won, but the draw is also very good, and hopefully, yeah, that will happen.
I completely agree, man. And just even listening to you saying those words, it goes against every grain in the body. But when you put it into context, man, after losing to Spezia, if they were to lose to Juve, we have a chance. That's it. That's done. Mentally, you don't recover from that at this point of the season. It would be the nail in their coffin. And then you just look at Napoli. And to be honest, if Juve get 3 points against Milan, you might as well just admit the fact that they're going to come second after that as well. So we'll see what happens there. Hoy, what are you saying about the game tomorrow?
I hope they both lose. I wish they would both lose. The match is canceled. Both get deducted points. You know what I mean? The only thing I would say, I'll look at the Inter side of it. Maybe Milan lose maybe a player on a suspension, someone who yellow. You know what I mean? Just that way they have that excuse built up when we crush them when they come February. That they can say they were missing X, Y, and Z when they've been missing everybody for the past few years. But yeah, I don't really. Whatever happens, I'm gonna let the match play on. I definitely don't want Juve to win. I'm not looking forward to Milan. Maybe a draw, if anything possible. That way, everybody drops points. But yeah, we'll see.
Draw would be the best, man. Future Henry says Barella needs to stop raging every time he gets subbed off. Yeah, Barella's still in that situation where I really don't know if he's whinging or if he's cursing himself or if he's saying a prayer, bro. Like, I just have no idea what this guy's saying, man. But
he looks like
yeah.
Now I was
he looks like a 3-year-old.
3-4-year-old that didn't get anything like on the pitch all the time. Like he just always. I'm like, what's up with this guy?
Man's got three kids of his own as well. I'm pretty sure. Honestly, but I was really, really happy because you know how much I love him, man. Like I was so happy to see him get that goal. I feel like he really needed to get on the score sheet, man. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. I think it's only his second goal this season. So by his standards, that's just not good enough. This is a nice last question to segue to finish off. What is each panel member's favorite Inter kit? Just to end on a different note.
This one.
Nice one, Mattia. So we got 2010/11, the one that we were badged up to the point where there's more badges than black and blue on the jersey.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Hoy? You got a favorite kit?
I actually like the one that we have this year. I feel like it's really nice, especially with the new logo. It looks crisp and nice. I haven't got that one yet, but I like that new one. But that definitely
fair enough. Bro, for me personally, man, the away kit 2009-10 with the snake on the left-hand side all the way down the torso. For me personally, that will always be my favorite kit, man. It's not a black and blue one. Besides that, I think the 1999-2000 or 98-99 black and blue one with Ronaldo on the back, that's my favorite jersey that I've got hanging up. I don't really wear it unless I can show it off. Legendary stuff. Guys, this was a really, really good stream, and I just really want to thank you, Hoyan for coming in and Mattia for coming in and making his debut on the channel as well. I hope I get to see more of you both, man, and from all of us here at Inter Worldwide. Keep following, keep liking, subscribing, Forza Inter, and we will see you soon.